This is Nick Baisley from FilmSnobbery.com. I'm here at the awards night at the Orlando Film Festival, and I'm here tonight with the director of Misdirection, Mr. Harry Houdini himself. Who are you, sir?
My name's Doron Kipper. I'm the producer, writer, and director of Misdirection. One of 4 producers, though.
One of 4 producers, but, the other important parts are just you.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Misdirection.
Misdirection is my senior thesis film at Cal State Northridge, and it was a bunch of students and professionals coming together, about 200 student crew coming together to make a magical film. The plot is secret societies of battling magicians who use their profession as magicians as a cover for the fact that they can perform real magic. And our goal was just to make an entertaining film that would be a proposition for a hopeful feature.
Do you know who Harry Houdini was? He was a grand magician. He dedicated much of his life to proving that real magic doesn't exist. What most people don't know is that Houdini had discovered the power of real magic, dark magic. But the secrets of his magic were too dangerous, so he hid them in a special deck of cards. A group of wicked magicians called the Magin learned about the cards, and they're always hunting for more. Magician never reveals his secret, right?
And thank you. And I'm seeing a lot of film students here that are, they're bringing their senior thesis films here. What do you think makes not only the Orlando Film Festival an attractive market for that, but also, why shop your senior thesis around at all? I mean, in as much as at a film festival, I mean, why do you think that, students put in, not only, they've already put in the time for the grade, now they're going to start putting down money for, for entry fees and stuff like that. I mean, what do you think is the appeal of film festivals to recent film grads?
Well, there's no question that a senior thesis film, at least in our school, is never about the grade. It's about getting your name out, making your mark so that the industry will take notice. So we put the money in so that we can just get more people to talk about the film, more people to talk about the people who made the film, and get jobs. Every single key crew member who was on Misdirection is now working at a professional house now, like a professional production house or on sets as camera assistants. I'm really impressed actually with just how great CSUN has been with job placement. We have a really good record so far, and I'm really proud of what our students accomplished.
Now, I want to ask you about your film. You've screened it in front of people, obviously. Do you ever think of using film festivals as almost like a focus audience, a test audience, and then would you ever go back and make changes based upon reactions at festivals? Because it is kind of a, let's see how an audience reacts before we put it in front of, say, a distributor or something of that nature. I mean, does an audience affect what happens to your movie?
Absolutely, in the sense that an audience affects what happens to the film. But we actually made sure to do that before we finished it. We screened it in front of 3 but student audiences. We call it professional because we used professional surveys. We actually modified a real survey that we stole from a preview screening and just changed the words in the survey and retyped it out and handed it to people. And then we sat on a really horrible night and just got really depressed about how many people hated our movie. And then we got really encouraged by the focus of the audience's reactions. Some people really hated one part of our movie, and then the same people would love another part. So we really were able to focus what we needed to edit down. Some of our favorite scenes were the least favorite scenes, and some of our least favorite scenes were the favorite scenes. So we really got to understand what needed to be fixed and what was already good enough and that we didn't need to improve upon, even though we still sweated over it for days and days. But we tested it twice with changes as we were going, and then we had a third, more like a smaller audience of just friends and family before we locked picture. Now that we're screening it in front of audiences, I would love to make changes, but I've resolved not to because people like it. So I don't want to mess with a good thing. We are going back into the sound mix a little bit, and we're working on a new sound mix because we were rushed to our deadline at school. But I'm afraid of the special edition syndrome. I know every filmmaker in their hearts wants to go back and redo their films. We all hate watching our work, some of us. But I think if I were to go back and change, I wouldn't be able to move forward. I need to move forward and learn from my mistakes and look at the context. I'm very proud of what we did in context, even though I can't watch it now.
Well, let's go back a little bit. When you're in film school, obviously you're watching a lot of film. Growing up, obviously, I'm sure you watched a lot of film as well. Yes. Well, what are some of the things that influenced your artistic style and your directorial style, and just even the overall kind of underlying themes of this film, Misdirection?
Well, above and beyond any other inspiration, we wanted to make a movie that people enjoyed, that was entertaining. I want to make a movie that specifically will get me a job as a director in the industry. So I wanted to make a movie that will sell, and I mean, even though money is important in the industry, I really just want to entertain. I want to make movies that will inspire younger people to also want to make movies or get into movies. I loved the Spielberg-Lucas era movies, the Zemeckis early movies, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, Star Wars. All of them inspired me because they didn't care about being art house films. They just made really fun, entertaining movies that even had some depth to them. When you look back at them over and over again, they're reviewable. Wow, I forgot what the question was.
No, it was good. I asked you what was some of the influences in when you were in film school and all that. So there you go.
Spielberg and Lucas were influences. Mainly movies that were fun were influences. Movies that I wanted to make when I saw them when I was younger. And then recently I've been on a streak of watching The Dark Knight every day. So I watched a lot of Christopher Nolan, mainly because I respect so much what they do with things on set, like the special effects in Dark Knight and Inception being completely on set. Obviously Inception hadn't been out when we made Misdirection, but they followed that same rule. And with Misdirection, we did all the effects we could on set. There is one CG shot in the entire movie. The rest was on set effects, including a fireball and a glowing eye. All of it was on set.
Now, you are actually, I'm going to put you on the spot here. I know you're actually a little bit of a magician yourself, and as you can tell, magician's outfit right here. Can you show us something while we're on camera?
I'm always ready for on the spot. Okay, let me warm up first. Okay, pick a card. Make sure I don't see it. Show it to the audience.
I'll zoom into it. Leave it there, Nick.
Got it?
Almost.
Okay,
Yep.
Put it on top. Okay, now it's okay if you tell me the card. You don't have to, but I'm not going to find the card. The deck's going to find the card.
Deck's going to find
Yeah, it's very good at that. See, watch, I just snap and boom. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the director of Misdirection. He even has to bow down. Jeez. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.